Okay, so I got an idea. It's been pinstriping and I just really want a nice box that holds everything. So I'm going to try to make the nicest version of a box that I can. I'm going to wood line it probably. I'm going to use wood lining and stuff like that. But I cleaned it up and this is what it looks. It's just a red toolbox. Nothing special on the inside, but there are a bunch of dents, so I'm gonna hammer those out, because if you look, this thing doesn't close very well. It doesn't want to close very well, so I'm thinking maybe these are part of the problem. Also might be part of that as well, the hinge, but we'll see. So I got it all cleaned up on the inside and measured it. So this is the size I'm gonna need, and I'm gonna take my jigsaw and cut that out first. Okay, so I got them cut up. I had to cut it down the middle because of these. I couldn't get the piece in, so I'm gonna make it in two sections. This needs a little bit more finessing, but we'll get that going, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, got them fitting real nice in there now. The next thing I'm gonna do, I think I have a hole saw, and I'm going to try to hole saw holes in here to slip my one-shot paints in, and it'll hold it kind of secure. But I don't know if I have one, so I'm gonna find one out right now. Okay, so I found the hole saw and I marked it. So I'm gonna try to drill these out first, and then okay, so now I have these holes cut, and there's a one-shot paint can that's empty, and boom, it fits right in there. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna cut this square, and I'm gonna line it across these sides over here, so it's got a little bit of a raise to it to hold it in more secure. Okay, so here's the sticks, and I'm gonna glue them like this so the can will be elevated. Okay, I got the pieces glued up and clamped down, so this is about as far as I can go for today, but I'm pretty hyped about this. Okay, so I popped these off. So that's the rail that I was talking about, so it'll give a little bit of height, but that needs just a little bit more trimming. I thought it was going to be close. It's close, but it's just not close enough. So I'm going to see, I got to sand these open a little bit more. Okay, so I put this bit for wood. I just put it on my drill. It's not supposed to be on a drill, but now I've got these things fitting real nice in there. Yep. Okay, so I went ahead and cut this piece of wood to go across the top where it's normally held. Then I made these guys. I'm gonna set these in here, glue them down, but this right here is my brush case, so I'm going to try to center that so it sits in there, then put these so I can lift it up easy, and then I'll probably make a little piece for right here that I can, set a couple things or whatever in it. But that's the next thing. And then I have those cut up and gluing right now. Okay, here's what I got. I got the outside cleaned up pretty good. Got these glued in place, and then it fits pretty nice. It's hard to do this one-handed. And then this is what the cans will look like underneath. They have a little bit of play, but nothing crazy. And they all fit in all of them. So that means I could store up to 12 cans in here. And then here's my brushes. I'm gonna build a little wall right here or something, so maybe the Stabilo pencils or something like that could go right there. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Here's where it's been a few days since I've done this. So this is my next step. So I got this. It's all it's all done. I went and got these paint stir sticks. And the next thing is I'm gonna make a little box that goes around this side and a little box that goes around this side. Glue it in. That stuff's thin but not too thin. Yeah, so that's the next step. Measure, cut these guys out, glue them in, and then I'll come back and show you guys. Okay, so this is the next thing. This is my breast case. I think there's a video on how I did the inside and everything, but this little handle, I don't need it, and it's kind of bumping up on the table, on the thing, so I'm just gonna saw that and cut it off. That's the next step. Okay, so I built the boxes now. I put all of this out on the outside, so maybe if I wanted to sand it, I can sand it off easier than doing it on the insides. But I don't have any more actually, but on the top of the paint stick, it dips in to where you can grab and stir. It's actually a little piece like this. I cut it and did it right here in the front, so you know, crumbs or whatever, I could just, it'll fall out through there and I won't have to worry about it. But yeah, here's the top of this now. I'm gonna grab my paints, I'm gonna put my paints in here, I'm gonna put this back in there, and I'll show you and then give you a couple ideas of what I'm thinking of next. So there we go. Okay, so this was my box that the paints were in. So like you can see paints on the bottom and stuff like that. But like I got airbrushes now. I got some of these sponges and stuff. But there was no room for my paint case. There was no room for my thinners, anything like that. So this is going to be the new case now. You open it up, I'll be able to put some stuff here, some stuff here. I'm thinking either airbrushes, Stipple pencils, stuff like that. And then I got my brush case here, and it's a little hard to open this right now with one hand. Then I got my paints right down here. So cool. That's where I'm at right now. And I've got a couple other ideas for this box. I'm not gonna get it done today, but I'm gonna bend up a piece of metal. I'm gonna attach it right here that I could slip my reducers in. It's a big can, so I'll slip the reducer in there. And then I bought this, it's a piano hinge, and I'm thinking I'm gonna put it, I don't know how I'm gonna do this yet, but I'm gonna something where it'll fold down and it'll have a little half moon something, and you could set the paint cans there, so you're not just setting them in random places. It'll have a little spot. If it gets covered in paint, that's fine. But those are the next projects. This is as far as I'm going with it today.